Hello everyone. In the last video we have discussed with regard to the who should file their income tax return, who are responsible for filing their income tax return. If you fall under those categories of people, you should also file your income tax return. But the question is, sir, which form that I have to use in order to file my income tax return? This is the basic question that everyone has in their mind. So in order to resolve your doubt, I am coming with today's video, that is which ITR forms that I should use in order to file my income tax return. So obviously there are a lot of ITR forms available in the income tax act, income tax side. So which form that I should use in order to file my income tax return? That is the main thing of that is the main objective of today's video. Actually, why I am focusing on this topic is, if you file your income tax return by not through proper ITR form, then you will be in a chance of getting income tax notice. So you should file your income tax return by through our ITR forms. So in order to help you, in order to guide you which ITR forms that you should use in order to file your income tax return, that is today's video. So this is Abhijith Acharya welcoming you all for today's video. Without waiting further time, let's get started today's videos. Actually, first the topics covered that I have included into today's video. First one, the different types of ITR forms available as per Income Tax Act. Second, who can use their respective ITR forms. Third, who cannot use the respective ITR forms. So these are the topics that I am going to discuss in today's video. Let's get started. Today's first ITR form that is applicable to everyone, almost everyone, that is ITR 1. In the last video we have discussed with regard to the salary people, they should file their income tax return within the 31st July, that is upcoming due date. Remember? So for actually individuals who are having the following criteria, following categories of income, they can use the ITR 1 form in order to file their income tax return. Which criteria of income are applicable that fall under ITR 1? Let's get started. First one, the income from salary or a pension. If you are earning a salary or a pension, then you can go ahead with ITR 1 in order to file your income tax return. Second thing is income from one house property. If you are rented house, your one house property, then you are receiving a rental income from that house property, then you can go ahead to file as per Income Tax Act as per ITR 1. Third, income from other sources, excluding that lottery income and horse race of income. So income from other sources in the sense, you are receiving a bank interest, FD interest, SB interest or dividend income, then you can go ahead with ITR 1. Then the last one is your agriculture income is up to rupees 5,000, then you can use ITR 1 form. Then who cannot use that ITR 1 form? Actually, this is actually best question. This is the actually wonderful question. So first of all, you are an individual who are having total income exceeding 50 lakh. Then you cannot use ITR 1. Second is agriculture income exceeding 5,000. Third is if you are having a taxable capital gain, short-term capital gain from shares or mutual fund, or long-term capital gain from shares or mutual fund or units, then you cannot use ITR 1. Then you are having a business income or a professional income. If you are a doctor, if you are a chartered accountant, if you are a lawyer, or any if you are trading in any business persons, then you cannot use ITR 1. Having a one house property, more than one house property. If you are having more than one house property, then you cannot use ITR 1. First one, total income exceeding 50 lakh, you can use ITR 2, that we will going to discuss in the upcoming slide. And agriculture income exceeding 5,000, ITR 2, having a capital gain, ITR 2, having a business income, ITR 3 or ITR 4, as the case may be. Income having a more than one house property, ITR 2. Okay. If you are a director of a company, ITR 1 cannot be used. ITR 2 you can use. Okay, then having a foreign income. If you are having a foreign income, then you cannot use ITR 1. ITR 2 you can file. So these are the ITR 1 forms that you can use or cannot use as per the respective income. Then we will go to the second type of ITR form, that is ITR 2. Which are all who cannot file their income tax return through ITR 1 can file their income tax return ITR 2 in some cases. First one, as already discussed, it is applicable to individual or HUF having a total income more than 50 lakh. Second, income from capital gain. Those cannot file ITR 1, they can file ITR 2. Income from more than one house property. If they are having only one house property, ITR 1 can be through ITR 1 can be filed. Foreign income and next crypto income. If you are trading in a cryptocurrencies, if you report it as a capital asset, then it will be shown as under a capital gain. Then ITR 2 can be used. If you report as a business asset, then you cannot use ITR 2. You can use ITR 3. That will go into in the next slide. Okay. Next, director of a company, ITR 2 can be used. And agriculture income more than 5,000, up to 5,000 or 5,000, ITR 1 can be used. More than 5,000, ITR 2 have to be filed. Okay, these are the categories of people who should file their income tax return through ITR 2 forms. Those having a business income or professional income, they cannot use ITR 2. Remember, they have to file only ITR 3 and or ITR 4 as the case may be. That we will go to discuss in the next slides. Up to this, I hope you have understood this. Next, we are going to discuss with the third, very important, that is ITR 3. Who can choose the ITR 3s? They are actually to file their income tax return. By seeing these two pics, you are right. First person is doctor. Second person is, I assume that he is a business person. I think your guess is right. Those carrying individual or HUF who are carrying on business or professionals, they have to file their income tax return through ITR 3. Second, you are a partner. If you are a partner in a partnership firm, then you cannot use any other ITR forms except ITR 3. Okay. Then crypto income, and already discussed, if it is shown as a capital asset, ITR 2 can be used. If it is shown as if it is reported as a business asset, then you have to file through ITR 3. Okay, these are the categories of income that individual or HUF can use in order to file their income tax return. If you are a chartered accountant also, if you are a lawyer also, those are come under the actual professional income, they have to use ITR 3. Then we will go to the next ITR form, that is ITR 4. Who can choose the ITR 4 forms? Individual or HUF, those are having that business income according to the presumptive income scheme under section 44AD and 44AE. In brief, I will tell about 44AD and 44AE. 44AD talks about, these are applicable to the business holders who are having the turnover of up to rupees 2 crore. In the financial year 22-23, they can have the option, they are having one option to disclose the income up to the specific percentage, that is 8% or 6% as the case may be. In detail, I will go to discuss in the upcoming videos. But for the time being, the turnover is up to 2 crore. They have to disclose the income of 8% or 6% of the turnover. For the sake, for example, if your turnover, if you are business holder, if your business turnover is 1.5 crore, 8% of that will come under 12 lakh. You have to disclose 12 lakh income, then you can go for 44AD scheme. If you want to file, if you want to show below that 12 lakh, then you have to get your books of account audited. If you are choosing 44AD scheme, then you have to file your income tax return through ITR 4. The due date is 31st July. Okay. If you are if you want to get your books of accounts under a chartered accountant, then you can use ITR 3. The due date is 31st October. Okay. Then what about 44A? This section talks about, it is applicable to those persons who are carrying on a business of flying or hiring of actual vehicles. They give a vehicle for a hire business. They are having a hiring of a vehicle business. As per 44AE also, there is a specific amount that they have to disclose in order to actually to the income tax government. That is 7,500 per month into number of vehicles into number of months of use. The ceiling limit that business holder should have is at up to 10 vehicles. Okay, this is a brief explanation. If you want to choose under 44AD and 44AE, then you can go for ITR 4. Then the same category that is actually talks about 44ADA. That talks about professional income. If a chartered accountant or a CS having a professional income, or any other advocate or medical practitioners who are having the professional receipt, gross receipt up to rupees 50 lakh, then they have to disclose the specific rate of percent, that is 50% of that amount. For example, 40 lakh your gross receipt, 50% of that will come under 20 lakh you have to disclose to the income tax government as your net income. If you show exactly 20 lakh or more, then you can use ITR 4. The due date is 31st July. If you show below 20 lakh, then you have to file your income tax return with actually through ITR 3. The due date is 31st October. Okay, this is a brief explanation. And those categories of person who are having these types of income and who are not having a foreign asset, if they are having a foreign asset, ITR 3. And I have mentioned and having a foreign income, if they are having a foreign income, if a chartered accountant is having a foreign income, then ITR 3, not ITR 4. And also, if a chartered accountant is a director of a company, ITR 3. If a normal person is a director, he is not having a very professional income, then if he is a director, then ITR 2 can be filed. If he is having a business income, even though he is, if you are having the business income and also he is a director of a company, then he has to file their income tax return through ITR 3 form. He cannot use ITR 4 or ITR 2. Okay, this is the categories of person who can file their income tax return through ITR 4 form. Then it come around the last categories of people. This is a rare case, ITR 5, 6 and 7. 6 is around the largely case, actually largely percentage of people can use their ITR 6 form. Then I am going to discuss with regard to the same. First, ITR 5. ITR 5 is applicable for partnership firms or LLPs. Okay, then AOPs, association of persons. Association of persons means persons come around and to form a group of people as a group of union. That is called association of persons. Persons includes individuals also, company also, trust also, partnership firms also, everything. For them also ITR 5 can be used. BOA, that is board of individuals. Individuals means only individuals can come together and to form a union. They have to file their income tax return through ITR 5 only. Then is ITR 6. It is applicable to our ITC limited company and very other company and public limited companies, private limited companies, every companies who are registered under 1956 or 2013. They have to file their income tax return through ITR 6 form. Last but not the least, it is ITR 7. That can be applicable to charitable trust, public charitable trust or NGOs, for example, any NGOs, non-government organizations. So these are the categories of ITR forms that is available as per income tax site, and also the categories of persons who should use the respective ITR forms. Why I am stressing this point is, if you fail to choose or appropriate ITR form and file your income tax return accordingly, then you may be in a trouble of receiving the income tax notice. So be cautious, take a wise decision from experts, and then go ahead with your filing of income tax return. Only 15 days are left from now. So be careful, file your income tax return within the due date to avoid some consequences, that is late fee or interest under section 234A or a late fee under section 234F. So this is a brief explanation of today's video. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you want more interesting videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also press the bell icon to get more updates. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you one and all. Thank you.